What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Oh man, what the hell? Welcome to another edition of the What the Hell podcast. Complete at last. Everybody's here.
Wow.
My name is Sean.
I'm TJ.
And I'm still waiting to find out what color pool noodle that TJ is going to buy to shove up his ass.
Shots fired right off the bat.
Oh, perfect. Well, see, now I don't have to wait anymore. All right, then.
Yellow.
All
Yellow.
right.
Jason, you're not taking my threats very seriously, are you?
Well, I should start now that there's an actual pool noodle in the camera.
He's got crazy eyes. He's got crazy eyes.
All right.
Oh, fuck. If you're not watching this on YouTube, you're missing out. I swear to God. Oh, he got the noodle.
That would have only been made way better if he'd have turned around and it was just like sticking out.
No, you know what would have made it way better? Is if you showed up for the podcast 3 weeks ago when I made the fucking joke.
That is true. That is true. Well, you know what? Sometimes people just need time to tie their shoes.
Yeah.
Especially when you got multiple shoes to tie. But you know, it's I finished. All my shoes are tied. Well, no, they're not. Never mind.
I was gonna say shut the fuck up, they're not.
Not all tied.
What is that you're drinking there? I'm not familiar with that particular can.
It is called, oh, I'm covering it up. Duh.
Blackbird Cider Works
Oh, he's having a
Mint.
drink.
Mint Berry Derby.
It's a cider with mint and cranberry.
Huh.
I'm a
Don't hate
fancy
that.
day.
Did anybody actually watch the race yesterday? Because I didn't.
Yeah, Stephanie wanted to watch it, so we watched it.
Was there a race yesterday?
Yeah, that whole Kentucky Derby thing.
Oh,
Bless
so
you.
just some weird coincidence that I'm drinking something with the name Derby in it.
Well, that's why I was like, oh, he's having a derby drink.
Yeah, there we go.
Fitting. I mean, it's right next to Kentucky.
He's gonna
Damn
have
it,
a
I should have drank it
mint
yesterday.
julep later.
I think that's almost what this is supposed to kind of be. Like a
You couldn't pay me to fucking drink a mint julep.
I can't drink anything for 11 more months, so.
Yeah, Banana Man.
Hey, it's working.
Hey, I'm not complaining at you. That's
Nope.
just your new nickname now.
I'm drinking water like there's no end to the world all day long. So it's all good. I am not complaining. Yeah, look, everybody's here. It's a miracle. I wish I had here's the cheering sound effect. We've had the Halloween chorus.
all the children are happy.
Well, let's do the usual. Let's catch up and see what's going on. We'll since the formerly magnificent jackass is here and been demoted to a regular jackass, he can go last.
I was gonna say
So-
let's see if he can earn Magnificent back today.
All right.
Oh, I'm too tired for that.
So we'll
What?
start.
You need more time off?
Hey, I'm here. I just said I'm too tired for that.
We'll catch up first with the man of many books.
Biggest thing from my week was I work with a fucking moron. So everybody works with a moron. And if you don't work with a moron, chances are you're the moron.
You're unemployed.
Or you're the moron.
So
It's definitely one of those two things for sure.
So yeah. That's been the gist of my week. How about you, Sean?
And my week was mostly quiet and uneventful. Friday, aka 2 days ago, we typically record on Sundays, which today's Sunday, was my last day at my former job. Start my new one tomorrow. So you know, is one of the first times working anywhere, and since I guess, you know, major company, that that they actually did an exit interview, which, you know, I don't want to, I don't know, I don't want to say it was for fluff, but I don't know if they're going to take anything I said seriously. um
Who cares? I mean,
They
at that
typically
point,
don't.
though, you can
i
just go
i
in there and unload.
I care because I want them to change it for the team that I left.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you should be honest. Like,
Yep.
what
Oh,
they
I
do with
was.
the information is up to
Yep.
them. But
It's
as far
100%
as
honest.
as far as you go, I mean,
Yep.
let's be honest.
Bye.
Why are you leaving the company? Because
Mm.
I don't see any room to grow here.
That was one reason. There was others, most of it having to do with my former boss.
Well,
And
yeah, I mean, I know
and
that.
so I was professional about it, but I roasted him and I roasted his boss,
As you should.
you know. And you know, I did say the HR lady take some notes and all that stuff. So whatever comes of it comes of it. But so yeah, that was 8:30 in the morning. Um, you know, and then I had a box behind me that wanted me to ship back my laptop and all that stuff. So, and then by 1:30 here, I had already been locked out of the system. So I'm like, all right, I'm not even going to finish my last day.
Fuck it.
Put my shit in the
Oh,
box,
yeah.
sealed it up, put the fucking prepackaged sticker on it, and dropped it off. Like, peace out, bitches.
Goodbye.
So starting the new
Way to
gig
do it.
tomorrow. You know, which is fine and dandy. Of course, you know, little apprehensive. It's the same type of job with a different company, right? You know.
Yeah, but it's also a company you never worked for before,
Yep.
so
So there's
I understand the apprehension.
a little bit,
Same
but
business or different business?
same
Same
business.
business.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Well, Phil, if you'd been around the last 3 weeks, you might know about it. God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Jason, I'm not sure what Ohio's like. You guys have Firehouse down there?
Well, wait. Yes.
There you go.
That's where he is
Oh,
now.
oh, okay. Oh,
So-
you're working at the one down by me then.
Oh yeah, I'm commuting.
Oh, all right.
But
Oh, by the way, Jason, he didn't tell you. He moved to Ohio.
I'm sure
No.
he wouldn't tell me if he moved to Ohio because
I
I
did
mean,
not.
he would at least have to be roasted quite a bit for that.
I did
Well,
not.
one, I would not let him move to Ohio because he would call me and go, "I'm moving to Ohio," and I would go, no, the fuck you're not."
No.
So yeah, a little apprehension there. I'll be fine. It'll all be good. And that was my week.
It's like the first day of school. Once you do the first day, get
Yep.
over the initial jitters, you'll be fine.
Well,
Especially once you go ahead.
I was gonna say, especially with it being essentially the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I mean, yeah, there's gonna be differences, of course, but you know, it's not as much of a new learning curve for
Yeah. It's adapting, you know. God, I don't even want to add up how many years of experience I have doing this particular thing. It's adapting all that to a new brand. Just learning their systems, their processes is all it is, right?
There you
Other than that, most of it's fucking universal.
Yeah, it is, but at the same time, it's also a new job with a new company. So if I'm you, I'm sitting there going, "What am I walking into?"
Yep, a little bit of that. Definitely a little bit of that. So I'll be all right. But
well, actually, the wife will be doing something similar.
I heard something about this, so let's catch up with the regular jackass.
Uh,
Apparently, Lynn got a job at Subway.
not quite as much of a ring. Oh well. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if we're gonna go the week as opposed to the last three, a lot of
Well,
it's just
catch us all the way up.
a lot of it would actually tie in with the topic that I suggested to Sean, which is surrounding adulting. So the idea of that, like, as you get older, the difference in things that make you go like, oh, okay, cool. Like, we just got a shed delivered. And you're like, yes. I'm like, wait, I just got a shed delivered. Okay. And we're both still going like, awesome.
It's the
And for my
greatest day ever.
and for my 50th birthday, my in-laws are going to buy me a lawnmower. And I'm like, yeah. And wait, I'm getting a lawnmower. Okay.
Oh
But
my!
yeah,
I-
so it's just that weird, like, that weird kind of, where it switches from going, as a 16-year-old or something like that, you'd go like, yeah, somebody's buying me a lawnmower, as opposed to being 50 now, where I go, oh fuck, it's $500 I don't have to spend. But
It's
yeah,
it's
so
amazing how perspectives change.
it's a lot of that. So the primary thing for the past couple of weeks has just been reshaping and kind of getting back into the swing of things for shit like we actually have drywall up in the basement. So now it's not just like open, because we had torn everything down, which down to like the bare concrete, and then had, oh, when we tore the wall down behind, where in the finished part of the basement where the couch was, we found two extra basement windows, and one of them, the glass was broken. So it's like, oh,
Oh
okay.
wow! I
So
didn't know the glass was broken.
now we've got like this open, so now we've got to block it off somehow, because we've got to close it in somehow. We got to, did all that. And then Dad and I actually framed in with like 2x4s and everything else, and did all of the stuff to at least kind of set up where the walls are going to go. And then her mom and her last week, with my help and everything, we're drywalling and putting stuff up to at least. So nothing's finished, but there's walls. There's
Yeah.
actual drywall walls up right now. So,
Yeah, you're gonna have to tape and float, and then texture, and then
oh yeah.
paint, and all
And
that.
then in the
shit.
middle of all of that, she got a new job. So she left because we were working for the same company. She left there. She'll start a new job, fully remote, starting tomorrow.
Good for her. That's awesome.
So yeah. And
Man,
it's
I
also
really
Katie.
need to get me one of those remote gigs.
Right?
Well, it was funny too, because they are because she's gonna work for the same company as a friend of ours. That's how she had actually found out about it. And that friend, when we were out one of the nights, just to celebrate her actually getting the job, they were like, "Oh, well, I mean, company's probably going to check with you," like talking about me. So they're probably going to check with you too, because if she's leaving, they're going to kind of blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, they're not. You're full of shit. Like, I already know. I know this company. Nobody's going to ask, and then
Yeah.
somebody asked,
Mhm.
No shit.
and I was like, the only thing that came out of that conversation was I need to work on getting a better poker face.
Yeah, I can see that. I can
Because
see
And
that.
meanwhile, Jason's sitting there doing the same thing I do, going, "What you see is what you get."
pretty much.
But what brought that comment on?
What's that?
The poker face comment.
Because because they asked, and I mean, I have inquired elsewhere.
Mhm.
And
Well, they asked because he does have a terrible poker face, but me and Jason are also the type of motherfuckers that you say something to us, you're going to be able to read the reaction on our face. We don't hide it well.
Yeah.
no, I don't hide it well, which I hid it enough that, like, I kind of went like, oh no, yeah, I'm fine. I want to kind of sit down and chat and kind of do whatever. So we'll see. But I actually have inquired elsewhere.
Ah,
Nothing's really come of it yet, but
yeah.
because this would
Well,
also be a fully remote thing. So it's weird. Like, so I was doing in Vegas, I was doing everything remote coming, and then we came back. So we were both working for the same company. So we worked in the same building. For her to leave for a fully remote job, for the one that I'm inquiring about being a fully remote job. So it was like, okay, so we worked in the same building. Now we don't, because I still work there and she doesn't. But if I get the thing I just applied for, we'd now be working at the house together. So it's like, man,
I don't know whether to give you a "that's really cute" or "pray for your soul."
we've both kind of looked at each other like, man, we just can't get away from this bitch.
I would give you, I would give you 2 words of advice: separate offices.
Oh, well, yeah, she moved hers upstairs. So mine's down in
Okay.
the basement.
I was gonna say it's one of those things, right? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. You
Oh,
can't
yeah.
miss them if they're never gone.
Yeah.
That is true. Oh yeah, that's primarily it. Just so yeah, a lot of it, as the jokes we made in the text messages, a lot of a lot of shoe tying over the past couple of weeks. Oh Lord.
But hey, he finally learned.
All right.
Yay! Where's my applause button? There it is.
And a lot of it was just, between dad coming over, like we were actually right for the first week I was gone. We were actually like right in the middle of it by the time you had started recording. And I think that next weekend it was the same thing because I started doing some of it on my own. So it was kind of, yeah, and it was just like, yeah. So now at least it's little died down.
He said he was pretty impressed with what you did on your own too.
Well, it benefits of having a good teacher and paying attention to what he was doing while he was doing it.
I was encouraging him. TJ doesn't know this story. You'll get the reference, but I was encouraging him to start practicing the Uncle Dave level of management after the story he told me about him trying to do siding with Uncle Dave sitting on the lawn, drunk off his ass, going, "Don't fuck it up."
Oh, well, yeah, that is the Uncle Dave version of yeah.
So I was like, "Hey, you need to go do that with Jason now." And he thought it was a pretty good idea. I don't think he'll do it, but he thought it was a good idea.
I mean, he might as well have. He could have the one day when I was trying to do it on my own.
Right. So yeah,
Oh.
that's kind of. I mean, I when he suggested it right before TJ got on before we started recording, I'm like, that's a pretty good topic to talk about. Like, the changing priorities as you adult,
I got
or
one.
or like you were saying, like, I'm excited about a shed, and then you
Oh,
look at
yeah.
yourself and
Oh, yeah.
go, I'm excited about a shed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
TJ's got one. Bring it.
So this happened a couple years ago, and I'm going to give you the conclusion of the story now
Okay.
because it ends with me going into my grandmother's bathroom, looking in the mirror, going, "Who the fuck are you?"
Okay.
So a couple years ago, my uncle Frank came into town, and before coming into town, he asked me, he's like, "I'm going to be in town this week. Do you want to go to a Tigers game?" I was like, "Yeah, let's go to a Tigers game."
The answer is always yes to that, right?
Well, I mean, if
More or
anything,
less.
it's an excuse to get off work early and go downtown and see a ball game, have a hot dog.
Yep.
I support
So
that.
the thing about that though is he would stay with my grandma who lived in Allen Park. So that means I would have to drive across the city and meet him there, or
Yeah.
drive back into the city. So I do that, whatever, and we got time. We're killing time, just leading up, going to the game. And he starts telling me about his furnace and how it fucked up. He ended up having to have it replaced. And then he was like, "I got this quote for X amount of dollars." And I looked at him and I went, "Oh, yeah, I'd pull the trigger on that." And that is at that point, I went, "Who the fuck am I? What am I doing? What? Who are you?
Mhm.
You're an old man. Stop being an old man."
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Same thing. That's what I said. Yeah, it's that, like I said, that trade-off for, like, what is it? You become some kind of like frugal elder or something like that, where you're like, well, I mean, okay, I mean, if somebody gets me this, it's going to save me having to do it because blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
Yeah.
Right.
all right. It was kind of the same thing, the whole 50th birthday thing. They were talking about, because I'm also at the point where I'm just kind of like, I don't always know what the hell I'd want. Like there's nothing in my brain where I go like, well, I mean, a 50-gallon air fryer. I mean, that'd be great. I'm like, wait, I don't know.
But it's also,
So it starts that thing in your brain where you're like, I don't know, what do we need for the house? And
yeah.
you go, Okay, and then you end up, then I'm gonna go on Ace Hardware's website and look for a lawnmower to get reimbursed by my father-in-law.
It's also a thing like half the time because I'm experiencing that what you're talking about right now, where like my birthday's in 2 weeks. And so I'm starting to get the hey, what do you want? And I'm going, I have no fucking idea.
You want a
See, the
lawnmower?
problem-
Because like if I see something I want, I'm gonna go fucking buy it.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the thing, right? Because all three of us are cut from the same cloth as far as like, I mean, we're all middle-aged white men, so we we just kind of see something, we're like, yeah, I want that. I'm gonna go buy it now.
Yeah. Can I afford
But
this? Yes. Done.
but the problem I have is it's like, TJ, what do you want for your birthday? And I go, everything I want is way too goddamn expensive, so I'm not gonna fucking ask you to get it for me.
That
True.
too. That too.
Well,
Now you want to give me a gift card towards it? Cool. But
I'm almost at the same thing because it's like, yeah, I mean, they offered like, okay, again, going back to the lawnmower, they offered, but again, it's also like when it like I think with that 450 or something close to $500.
oh yeah.
And so yes, they can like her dad's a salesman. I mean, he's made a pretty decent living, so he can afford it. He helped us with the water system or the water diversion system or whatever in the basement. So, so like he's helped us. So it's that it almost gave me the excuse, since it was for my 50th birthday, to accept the lawnmower despite the fact I didn't want to, because I wanted to go like I can buy my own fucking
Yeah.
lawnmower.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I will say
Also,
this,
like,
TJ, for the
but I'm also
record.
like, yeah, I'm also like, okay, let them, he offers to help constantly,
Just, I would just say
again,
this, Jason, take it where you can get it because it's
oh,
not always
yeah.
going to be there.
Oh, I agree.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of it is the same thing that like, okay, I've got a decent little thing in savings that I've tried ever since the divorce to kind of, keep up a little bit.
Of
So
course.
a lot of that was for, at the time my dog was 12 years old and I had a Jeep that, I had paid off that was out of warranty. So I'm like, okay, a little thing back in the back. So it's that thing in your brain where you go, okay, I know I have it right now, but like then the Jeep's still around.
What ifs?
The dog's not, but
Yep.
the Jeep's still
Yep.
around, and then your
Yep.
thing, and then it's there. So yeah. Now it was easier when he offered to help with the water system because that was $14,000.
Oh yeah, it's a whole
I
different
don't
story.
I don't have that laying around.
I was going to say, not too many people just got that laying around.
Yeah.
No.
So that was different. So yeah, it was that trade-off to go, okay, 50th birthday, okay, sure. Could I say, all right, let's just for shits and giggles go, okay, you could have bought me a $400 Lego set or something like that I could put together or something like that. But I'm like, okay, we need the lawnmower. He's offering that it's going to be way easier to convince the man to help us to buy a lawnmower as opposed to, a $500 lawnmower as opposed to like $2,000 for a riding mower. Because despite the fact that we're getting a push mower, this yard is not fun to push mow.
Oh yeah.
Well,
But
I would say this, just make sure it is self-propelled.
Right.
oh yes,
And
Game
I
changer.
I
Someone
would love it if
who,
I could find one that would be self-propelled enough that I could just like hold the handle and just stand on it and just kind of
yeah, that's where they are now. Like, I'm telling you, as someone
oh,
who cut the lawn,
they have full on remote controlled ones now.
yeah, as someone who cut the lawn growing up, like
Yo.
when we got a
Oh god.
self-propelled, it changed the fucking game. I was like, oh,
oh
I
yeah,
don't even have to do anything. I just push this button down. I just gotta walk behind
I
this thing.
oh yeah.
I despise mowing my backyard. I fucking hate it. I hate it so much. Fortunately, my father-in-law, that's what he does for a living. And so it just got to that point, and I'm like, we're paying him to do the fucking yard work.
I was gonna say,
Well,
put me on the list, man. How much?
Yeah.
that's another one of those trade-offs.
$40. Done.
Oh, there you
Easy.
go.
Let's do it.
Fucking worth it.
That's one of those things you never quite fully grasp because even when we were looking for the house, like I loved the fact that because there was one that we looked at from like way back when that had like 2 acres or something like that, 2 or 3 or something like that. And I'm like, oh, we'd have plenty of room. We could do like a fence. We could do blah, 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 whatever. Not dawning on you at the point to go, oh yeah,
I gotta
okay,
mow that motherfucker.
I gotta mow
Mhm.
that. So, and like this yard now, we've got 0.3. So it's bigger than a city lot, but like not, it's
Yeah.
not a, and that's not fun to push mow.
No.
So if we got
Oh,
something
no.
that was like 2 or 3 acres, I mean, we definitely didn't have the money to drop like a couple grand on a riding mower.
I know,
Nope.
but if you're buying like 2 or 3 acres, you ain't got a fucking choice at that point
Yeah.
Well,
because
yeah. Oh,
you
yeah.
could take a push mower out there, but it's going to take you fucking 3 weeks. And by the time you're done, you're going to need to do it
Oh, yeah.
again.
Heat exhaustion.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I will say this, TJ, for the record, Lynn's dad's a pretty cool guy, and he's like us, he's a diehard Wolverine fan.
Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Big time.
Yep.
Like at their reception, they were hanging out, and then you'd walk out to the bar to get another drink, and the TV was playing the Michigan game, and there were many, many moments where we just stood out there like this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought she said, I think he went to Michigan.
No, that makes sense.
Either way, he's a diehard fan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like
He
us.
is.
Well, either way, he's all
Cool
right in my
dude.
book.
He's pretty damn gregarious. Don't get me wrong, but he's a cool dude.
Oh, he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
So yeah, I mean, like it's weird, and I can't remember what triggers. Like it's just like one day you like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Harbor Freight and get a new tool.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Well, and it's not even bad because like it's not like a bad personality trait to be like, yeah, I'm gonna get excited about a new tool. But it's one of those things, right? When you realize it, you kind of turn around and go, when the hell did this happen?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But
Like, because
there's
I don't know about you guys. Like, I some days I feel like I'm fucking almost 40 going on 14. Like, and I still, but I want that. Like, I try to keep that alive inside of
Oh
me.
yeah.
Like, I want the man child to stay. I
oh,
like
yeah.
the man
Oh,
child.
yeah. Oh, yeah. But that's why there was that weird kind of, again, that weird kind of give and take where, again, like I'm going, okay, 50th birthday, I'm getting a lawnmower. We need a lawnmower. But there's also that little twinge in the back of my mind where I'm like, fuck, I just sacrificed my 50th birthday present from my in-laws for a fucking lawnmower.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the dirty little secret: is in 6 months from now, when you use the shit out of it, you're gonna go, man, I'm glad I did that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I completely agree.
And I think TJ hit the nail on the head, right? Like this inner man child thing. Like, I'm in my office and I'm surrounded by University of Michigan stuff and Harley Davidson stuff. And then there's this certain asshole that I say comically sent me a Christmas gift that blew me away that I had a ton of fun with, which was the, Lego kit for the Harley Davidson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not the asshole. He's the asshole.
And so I turned and I can point to it. So there's the Lego Harley Davidson, and then it's a Brixels kit, which are fucking tiny for the University of Michigan helmet. And I'm going, oh my god, this is fun. And then I saw someone post something, a few weeks ago, and I went, well, fuck, I gotta have that. So here's my X-Men 97 Lego Wolverine claws that I've, set at my desk with the middle finger flying.
Mine's down in the basement.
Honestly,
and I just took the thing off. But I got to tell you, that the 14-year-old child, I'm like, fuck, I forgot how much fun fucking Legos are.
honestly, I actually bought a Lego set over the past week and built it, and it was one of the funnest things I've ever done. And when Jason said he brought up Legos earlier, I was like, that's what I should do for my birthday. I'm asking everybody for Legos.
Like I have done, like, okay, so I did the Wolverine claws. Like I've got those. I did the Mario Piranha Plant, the ones that like pop up out of the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a 3D version of that. And it's always like I've got this thing about the kind of like mid-range stuff where like Wolverine claws were like $70.
Yeah, they weren't bad at all.
The plant was around $70. There's like a little Polaroid camera one that I'm like, all right, that'd be kind of cool to kind of do the
Yeah.
thing. So that's what I mean by like, yeah, you kind of do that give and take of going, okay, we need a lawnmower, but like, okay, if you're going to offer me $500, there's some pretty cool $500 Lego sets that I could
Yeah.
really have fun with.
And
That was
it's,
one of
it's
I will
just,
also
it's,
never buy one from the actual Lego store because we went to Florida 2 years ago.
yeah,
We
that's,
were at Legoland, and you're looking at all these. I think I was looking at the Hulkbuster Iron Man in the
oh,
store.
that's like $800, isn't it?
It was theirs at least for whatever which one it was. I think it was three or five or somewhere around there. But like I could find it on Amazon for like $60 cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to buy this here because yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just weird how
that-
we can fluctuate between the two.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. When I started this little new hobby last week, I'm standing in Meijer in the toy aisle, in the Lego aisle, staring at it, going, is this really a hobby you're about to take on? Because this can get expensive. But
Well,
then I saw the Lego dude and I was like, I want Lego.
I mean,
Pretty much how it goes.
it's crazy, because you get the satisfaction from both, like, Temu, right? Everyone's heard of Temu, and you got all these like, I bought this. I don't know why I bought it. I don't know when I'm gonna wear it, but it's just a cool fucking ninja scorpion. I can wear it on the motorcycle
Yeah,
mask
I
if
was
I
like-
wanted to.
I was gonna say, if anything, you'd wear it on the bike.
And the crazy part is, since I got the long goatee, it looks stupid because the fucking hair hangs out underneath the bottom.
Who cares?
But
You're married. You ain't
but
gonna
again,
impress nobody.
it was also, $7.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then I did this on purpose, and you'll laugh, but I got these for the next cruise we're going on, and you can see the dots, right? So they're the glasses that do the
Yeah.
messaging, and you can customize them. So that's gonna be a
Oh,
lot
there
of,
you go.
that's gonna be a lot of fun for 80s night on the next cruise I go on. I can customize, put whatever I want right there.
I support
I
that.
need I need those for work, but except they would just say 2 words and that's it. Just fuck off.
Right.
That's all you really need. That's all you really need.
Oh, but
Yeah. Because
It's-
now the latest one, at least that I looked at, that now at least caught my attention was there is a cityscape from Batman the Animated Series.
Mm.
So it's like the
I
big
saw that
wide-
one.
Big wide thing of like Gotham, and I'm like,
Oh no.
that would
oh,
look very
no.
cool.
Oh no.
Are you looking it up?
I am. That's why I'm sitting there going, oh no. 'Cause I'm like, don't tell me these things. I'm gonna end
Uh-huh.
up spending way too
Uh-huh.
much money.
Oh, there you go. Oh, are you trying to say something, Sean?
TJ's
Oh.
not looking.
TJ,
No,
He's
I-
looking at it.
I'm
TJ's
too
not-
I'm too mesmerized by how badass this fucking thing is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
the Batman animated series one.
Yeah.
How much is that one?
$300. I must have it.
Mm-hmm. There's that one.
I saw that one, and it is badass. And yeah, I'm almost thinking worth it.
Like, I'm thinking next time I got a little extra money laying around.
One of the guys from work just did the Titanic one.
Oh,
Well,
I think that
I mean,
one was
w-
five
I'm-
or somewhere in there.
I can't remember, Jason, if you were on the episode or not, but I remember doing an episode where me and Sean talked about Kevin Conroy dying, the voice of Batman.
Mhm.
So, like, I grew
Mhm.
up with the
Oh,
with the.
I think I was on that one.
I'm pretty sure you
Think so.
were.
I
I
think
just can't
so.
remember. But Batman the Animated Series, like I fucking grew up with that shit. So
Oh, that's what I mean.
This
there's
is
amazing.
sort of-
this is just like I want it.
it's amazing.
Oh yeah, we were already talking about
There's
the fact
a
that there is no other voice of Batman.
Mm-mm.
no.
Nope,
None.
never
So,
has been, never will be.
Um. Oh yeah, there's a pretty bad, and I think it's much more expensive, but there's a pretty badass Hogwarts castle set too
Mhm.
for the Harry Potter
Yeah, I think I've
dorks
seen
out
that.
there.
Oh yeah.
I say that as someone that liked Harry Potter too, because my kids made me watch it constantly.
Yeah, Mr. Potter Puppet Pals.
Those were hilarious. I don't give a shit. Oh, by the way, Isaac Wells has restarted his Skeletor facts. There's a
Oh,
bunch of new ones out there. It's subscribed to it
Fuck
on YouTube.
me.
There's a bunch of them. One of them was,
I have to go look
you
them
know,
up.
remember, condoms are made by robots in a factory, which means robots are effectively trying to diminish the human population.
Oh yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
So you're doing Skeletor quotes, so does that mean we're wrapping up already?
No, no, I just thought of that because Jason's the one that fucking turned me on to him.
Look, I do what I can simply for the betterment of mankind.
Right?
No, Jason, we talked about this. We talked about this with White People Taco Night. You do the same thing I do. You get a hold of something and you go, I must infect my family and friends.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Time for a refill. Time for a refill.
White people taco night is amazing. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Both the song and the actual White People Taco Night.
Yes, absolutely. Oh man, it's weird. But again, going back to it, circling back from our tangent, it's weird how I don't know. It's something triggers at some point, and you just go, "I'm happy for my shed. I'm happy for my lawnmower. I want,
Oh yeah.
Um,
Here, we'll leave it to the consensus of the crowd. So I've got. Oh come on, there it is. Not doing it.
American berry.
Like,
Okay.
Blueberry cider, or
I would go blueberry cider. That's just me.
that one's also 8%, so it works out even better.
Yeah, I don't think either one of them was a loser, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go blueberry over
Well,
Dreamsicle.
the American berry I've had before. That's actually is like not even just because it's 8%, but it is actually a very good cider. The creamsicle one is one I haven't tried yet.
Oh,
But yeah, it's one of those things, right? And as I get older, I'm pushing 40 now. I'm not saying I'm an old man. I mean, I'm an older dude, but I'm not an old man. But you kind of sit there, right? And it's like I talked about, keeping the man child alive and all that. It makes you realize that, like, you just kind of look around at the world and go, oh, none of you have this figured out. We're all just sitting here fucking faking it, trying to make it. That's
Oh,
the thing they don't tell you. Like, as a kid, they're like, you're gonna figure everything out, and then you're gonna buy a house, and you're gonna get a good paying job, bah, 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 bah,
mhm.
bah. And life's gonna be fucking rainbows and sunshine. When in reality, you got fucking the furnace break-in that fucking, Jason just went through all that shit with the basement,
yep.
and it's just like,
You're
but
you're
you
not
just
gonna stay at one job for 40 years and retire.
exactly like you're
Which
you're not.
that
Go
part's
ahead.
weird only because sorry, TJ, I didn't mean to. That part's only weird because like the generation, but like dad's generation, that's
Mhm.
exactly what he did.
Yep.
He was Ohio Edison from like 20 years old till he retired.
Yep.
But yeah,
Yeah.
you don't hear about that anymore.
Well, because at the time it was viable, but I mean, as more people start to work, and guess what? People talk. You start to treat people like shit. They're going to start looking elsewhere.
Oh yeah.
It's a very different time because
Yeah.
in
Well, we're
1985 he can't get on the internet and look for a job. Now you piss me off, I can go to my computer and look for a new job.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and we're way more focused on our own individual happiness and self-worth, as opposed to, dad's generation was more about, he stayed because he gave a shit, and he didn't want the community to be without power, and
Oh yeah.
and all that kind of shit. And now it's all about me. It's about me and my happiness.
Well, but you also get that kind of interesting thing now of like, okay, so there's an agency that a friend of mine works for where they essentially have unlimited PTO, where it's essentially the idea that like, okay, take what you want, take what you need or whatever, just with the idea of going no real limitation, just with the expectation
Get your fucking shit done.
don't abuse it.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing
Like-
is, we'll give you the time off, just don't be an asshole about it.
Yeah, and part of it, I mean, let's be honest. So part of Lynn's thing about leaving where I still work and where she was working, the benefits of where she's going is better.
Yeah.
Between time off, between stuff that they can do, she's fully remote and everything else. It's just honestly, even the place that I inquired to, a lot of it would be the same thing. It would be fully remote. The benefits, as far as like time off and everything else would be way better and like stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, but it's also that weird, like, if companies, depending on where you work, still have that kind of, I don't want to necessarily consider it antiquated, but I don't know the better word for it. But like, okay, so the place that we work now, like you had 10 days of vacation until like 5 years, and then you get 15. And I'm like, in this day and age, really, we're still doing the, you start with 10, but if you work here for, I just happen to have actually been there for 5 years now. So now I have 15, but, and then 3 sick days. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
So 3 sick days living in Northeast Ohio.
And the United States is one of the only countries in the world who hasn't made it some form of law about paid vacation. Like there's no law that says you have to provide it, but you go other places, other countries and work there. It's in the fucking law. Like, no, you're going to do this.
Yeah. And this is the biggest reason why, like anybody I work for, when I call you and go, I'm not coming in, it's not an opportunity to talk me into coming to work.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
if I call you and I tell you I'm not coming. Do with that information what you will.
Yeah. So,
Oh, yeah.
As an example, the job change that I'm going through, I'm leaving a major corporation and going to work for a franchisee of a different brand, right? It's not an apples to apples thing. But the way everything came about and all this other stuff, and we get into the negotiation about pay and benefits and all that kind of stuff. We got to one point and they sent over the offer letter, and I inquired a couple things I had forgot to talk about in the interview, like, how are we dealing with expenses, right? And they're like, oh, we're going to give you a company credit card. I'm like, okay, cool. That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
come out of pocket.
I have a thing where I'm like, I don't need to be lending you money and you paying me back.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I
Right.
don't need to be reimbursed.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
And then I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
but I said, what's what's your what's your vacation policy? And like, 2 weeks, I'm like, well, I currently get 4 where I'm at. I said, let's meet in the middle. How about you grant me 3?
I was going
Right.
to say that at that point I go meet in the middle.
And
Oh yeah.
and again, and this was texting, right? Because they were working, I was working. Less than a minute later, the text comes back. Sure, no problem. At the end of the day, it's pretty flexible.
That
There you
is
go.
what I like to hear.
And I'm like, okay, suddenly all makes sense, and the planets aligned and all the rest of the shit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm
Oh, yeah.
here now.
Well, the hell. So the place that Lynn's going, so they start out with 20 days.
Yeah, 4 weeks.
Yeah, you're essentially starting like her first day, she'll just have that. And then they have like, I think you get your birthday off. They've got like 3 what they
Oh, yeah.
consider summer
See,
days when you can just
It's
take a little bit
it's
of whatever. And you're like,
taking care of people, right? Which is, in my opinion, a lost fucking art form.
Well, and that's the thing. That's the biggest thing is like, because that's the thing that companies need to realize, because I know there's a narrative out there. It's like, no, nobody wants to work anymore. It's
Bullshit.
not that nobody wants to work. They want to work for companies that are going to fucking take care of them.
Yeah.
Meaning, if I get sick tomorrow and I have to call in, I don't have to worry about my fucking job status the next day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for the legit reasons that you're not there, you know, and you're not getting shit for it, right? It's like, okay, we got it, and you know, as long, to TJ's point earlier, as long as you're not abusing it,
Well,
right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I mean, Sean, you know me. So we get a little sick, right? We got
Yeah.
sniffles. We go down for a day. And if I call in and I come in the next day and go, where's your doctor's note? I'm a grown man. I don't go to the doctor for a cold. I go, I need to ride this out. Let me take some Sudafed and go to sleep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the shit they do like that, because when you turn around and ask me for a doctor's note after I've been sick, you might as well look at me and go, I don't fucking believe you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So
Well, there's even, I mean, okay, so I highly doubt anybody I work for actually watches this, but if they do, oh well.
If they do,
But like, okay, so there is okay, in the same vein of all of that, like there was a certain amount of difficulty for that Lynn was facing in working for the company that prompted her to start looking.
Mhm.
You know, but there's also at least like part of it, well, this actually almost even ties in with the subject of adulting or whatever, where you kind of judge a situation, make sacrifice, you know, or whatever, where it's like, okay, need the job, you know, at least at this point, because
Yep.
at least for mine, there's a certain amount of visual component to it. So if I look for something else, I have to have a portfolio of my work to show
right.
another potential. So I don't spend every day work like I've got a portfolio site, but it hasn't been updated in a while because like as I'm working every day and doing life stuff, I don't just come home and go, oh well, here, well, let me kind of
Yeah.
well, you ain't been looking, so you haven't had a reason to update it.
Exactly.
yeah. So I still have to do that, but either way, and it's so for there's that certain kind of sacrifice to go, okay, so I don't, okay, I can't necessarily rock the boat right now because I don't have a portfolio ready. So like I've got my opinions, I've got my standards, I've got my things of going like, I think this is unfair, but there's a certain amount of it you can't necessarily just jump in and go, this is bullshit,
Yeah.
because I don't really want to get fired and I can't exactly quit because I don't have anything else lined up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And
But
again, to your point, that's the adulting piece where you're thinking ahead, you're thinking like an adult, and you're not reacting to the situation the
oh
way
yeah,
you would
oh, yeah.
have when you were younger.
Well,
Like younger, you'd be like, fuck you.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, right? You know what adult TJ does? Adult TJ, a lot of time, all he does all day is spend most of the day going, shut the fuck up, TJ. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck
oh
up.
yeah, oh yeah. But yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Like I'm in a similar spot where there are certain pieces that I'm unhappy with. I mean, okay, you know, they're bringing on a new guy to kind of help with marketing, which they do need. But I know what people like this guy make because I've worked with them my entire career. And I'm going, okay, so he's been doing this long. I know how much people like him can make. I don't know
Right.
what he gets paid where I'm at. And I'm going, okay, but compared to what I make there, having been a graphic designer for 25 fucking years,
Mm.
and I'm going,
Mm-hmm.
while they're also paying an outside vendor about 10 grand more than they pay me a year. And I'm going,
Plus, Jason, from your standpoint, I mean, like you just said, 25 years, right?
yeah,
At this point, you got to be standing back going, you know, I'm pretty fucking good at this if I, made it this long. So
oh
pay
yeah,
me.
oh yeah. Well, and
He's got
there's
got some
there's a
skills,
certain,
people. Look at it. It's right. It's
Yeah.
right here.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, yeah, you designed that fucking logo Sean's sitting behind right now.
there's also a certain amount of management that has gone into what I've done, because where I'm at, again, I'm not gonna keep dragging this on, but like
You're good.
where I'm at, there's nobody else that does what I do, so I've had to
Mhm.
kind of like elevate us as we've gone. So like anything outwardly that anybody sees based on for our company is something I've done. Print
Uh,
materials, websites, stuff like that. So we're now, at least based on demand, we're probably an $80 million company.
mhm.
So I'm going,
Yep.
Pay me.
I've managed that from day one.
Well, yeah, but also you're also in a position now where you can go, I'm leaving, and they'll go, oh no, don't leave. And then 2 months later, you might get a phone call going, hey, you want to come back? We didn't realize how much you were needed.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, honestly, you know where I think they're really gonna get hit with that is her. For the amount of stuff that she managed and did and everything else, because everybody was like, oh, well, we'll just kind of lump her thing in with somebody else, and like, good luck.
Right.
But then they'll
Good
sit there
luck,
and
good
go,
luck.
why did they leave? You should have fucking paid them.
So yeah, and that,
Yeah.
and again, like I said, that's the weird kind of adulting thing to go, okay, I have my opinion. I would love in a perfect world to just walk in and just kind of go and shake my finger and do this and yell and kind of, or whatever. But I can't.
Yeah, of course you
Not at this
can.
point.
Why? Why? Because you're sitting there going, I want to do that, but I'm also not gonna fuck myself.
There you go.
Not to mention, if you're gonna do something like that, you better have another job lined up.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's, I mean, it's not, I can tell you from looking, it's, there's a lot of shit out there posted, but a lot of it's bullshit. Number one.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
yeah, I mean that
And
just kind of comes with the territory of
it's
online job hunting.
it's not as great as everyone thinks it is.
No.
No. Oh no, definitely not.
So, but yeah, I think I think that what we've made are some pretty interesting points about how our perspectives change, how we start thinking of things, and I don't know, it's just something switches at some point in our heads somewhere, and all of a sudden, hey. But I think the best point that was made is what TJ said about keeping the inner child alive, because everybody
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
does that. It's not even just about three white dudes. It's everybody tries to keep the inner child alive at some point in some way.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah,
See,
absolutely.
I refuse. It will not die. I refuse.
You know,
I have way too much goddamn fun.
yeah,
No.
Well, I mean, to that point, I mean, very similarly to like the Lego stuff, that's why I still play video games.
Of course.
Yeah. So
yeah. The video
Yeah.
games, the Legos, even like yesterday, I did another one of the Patriot Guard funerals, and I was able to hop on my Harley for the first
Oh,
time
yeah.
in a while, because surgery, you can't. They say don't
Yeah.
lift anything. Well, you damn sure don't want to push a 900-pound fucking motorcycle either. So I got up
Well,
yesterday, and I wasn't 300 feet away from my house, and went, fuck, I needed this.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Not to mention, I'm sure after surgery, getting on that bike and the vibrations probably wouldn't have felt too good.
Yeah, it definitely would not have.
That is a good point.
It's a big fucking Harley. It's a big fucking Harley. So
That's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
you're talking a Harley. You're not getting on there and just kind of sitting still.
no. But yeah, I mean, so some of the ways that I keep my inner child alive, clearly I've shared that. But I mean, I think everybody does it. And then, at some point the practicality sets in and goes, all right, lawnmower.
Oh yeah.
Well, of course.
100%.
Yeah, but
Or you get excited, oh, we're gonna paint the room. Yay. Yeah.
We're gonna be coming up on all of that. So like
yeah.
everything's up, like drywall's up, but it's just mold resistant green drywall. So like we still paint, and it's
Yeah.
still framing in like the floor. We still got to figure replacing tile for where they cut it up. There's the electrical box to cover that
Yeah.
up. There's the water meter to do a little door on the water meter, and but like that's still
wonder-
kind of those things to go. But there's that anticipation, like you just said, we're gonna go like, okay, this thing, now that everything happened with the basement and everything else, now it can be something that like okay, it's not like it was bad when we moved in. It was still a finished basement. It was still nice. It was still all
Yeah,
these things.
yeah.
But now it's something we make it
Yeah.
between colors and everything else. So
Yeah.
But also,
Um,
Jason, someone in your position, because like it's lawnmower, right? You're like, I'm getting a lawnmower, man. But at the
Well,
same
and-
time, if I'm in your position, I go, I'm not gonna buy a lawnmower anymore. Maybe I will order this Batman set. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Like, if you
I
want to give me a
support
practical,
this.
if you want to give me a practical gift, that is fine. Give me a practical gift.
Huh.
I'll use the shit out of it. But also, my brain is gonna go, well, I have to spend my money on that. Let's have some fun.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and really honestly, like the way you can actually like switch it up in the brain is to go like, okay, so I'm gonna buy the lawnmower, her dad's gonna give me the money back. So it's like I bought the lawnmower and he bought me the Batman set. So I'm like, all right, 50th birthday
Done,
gift. Here we
right.
go.
Yeah, I mean,
Done.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh yeah.
if I find out like something's taken care of that I was planning on paying for, but now I don't have to pay for,
Yeah.
like,
Oh
to,
yeah.
to
Oh,
me,
yeah.
to me, that money's already gone because I was already anticipating
course.
spending it. So it's just like, well, fuck, if I can have a little fun with it, let's have a little fun with it.
Yeah. I wonder if there's something like you know
Oh.
how they're discovering
There's a wild animal walking around my house.
there's at least two
A
wild animals.
wild cone of shame covered wild animal walking around my house.
These two wild animals walking around your house. I wonder if you know they're figuring out how everything works like inside the human body these days, like what triggers what. I wonder if there's like a chemical switch at a certain point that does that.
Does what?
Oh, maybe.
Makes you like change the way you think and go more adulting. I don't think it's all circumstantial and maturity. I think there might be something internally in the way we work.
No, I see. For me, I think it's just getting older, and it's just like anything else. The longer we do this life thing, we get better at it. At least you hope to.
Well, we should, right? Yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Is like at least you hope to.
Yeah.
Some of us more than others, but
yeah.
Well,
Can't
that's
argue
where
with
that.
that.
Some of that might also get replaced by like, okay, as a younger adult, depending on what you're doing, you don't always necessarily have the resources.
True.
As an
Well, yeah.
adult, you kind of go like, oh, okay, so like that's why it's difficult as far as like holidays or birthdays or whatever. You're like, okay, well, I mean, I could think about like stuff like that I wanted, but like I already bought this for myself. I already bought
Yeah.
that for myself. So I'm like, okay, well, well, I mean, a lawnmower sounds perfect because
Yeah.
Believe me,
maybe that's the switch. I don't know.
and there's going to come a point. I mean, it's May 5th right now. There's going to come a point
Oh, Cinco de Mayo.
in the group text message that me, Sean, and my sister have towards the end of the year. We're all going to ask each other what we want or what they want for Christmas.
Yeah.
And the three of us aren't going to have a fucking answer
Oh, no.
because anytime I get that question, I have to go, all right, let me get on Amazon, see what bullshit I can find to ask for.
Exactly. And that's what everybody does. They hit their phone or their computer and they load up Amazon and hope that the algorithm shows you something cool or the Facebook ads. Like I knew the question was coming. I got it. And there's a Facebook ad for Grunt Style because I like a lot of their t-shirts and shit. There was a couple of them. I'm like, here, you can get me a couple of these t-shirts. I'm gonna need all new fucking t-shirts soon.
Oh
anyway.
Yeah.
I've done
You know?
that. Oh yeah.
So we've gone from expensive ass Lego said buy me a couple t-shirts.
Make sure they're in a smaller size.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's I don't know. Like I said, I'm going through it now. Like what do you want for your I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean, and because that's kind of the thing. Like we talked about earlier, the three of us are the type of dudes that when I see something I want and I can afford it, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
buy it. I'm not
Well,
gonna.
and
Oh yeah.
I think Jason kind of hit the nail on the head too, where he talked about, we've always had stuff we wanted, call it toys, call it, whatever. But as you get, in theory, as you get older in life, your resources should be better. So
Yes.
before you'd say, oh, $300 Lego Batman set. Fuck, I can't afford that. And you would fucking forget it because it would drive you nuts. Now you're going, that's not
Maybe.
necessarily super out of reach anymore. If I do this, this, and this, I can get it.
What
Well,
it's not totally indifferent than that. What was that? I think I mentioned to all of you that Wolverine mask thing. It
yeah.
was like 500.
Yeah.
You were both like, buy it. No, of course I did. By the time I had actually kind of gone through it, they were actually backed up because there were so many people doing it. So I haven't actually ordered it, but it was kind of the same thing. I'm like, all right, it's not going to bankrupt me.
Yep.
Not the thing. Okay, it'd be cool to just kind of, okay, I'd probably at least wear it once. Shut up. Most of the time it would sit on a
Wear
thing,
it
but I'm
more
gonna
than
wear it
once.
at least once or twice. Shut up. And yeah,
Get it stuck on your head.
Yeah,
and
it's-
I
well-
can laugh at you.
yeah. See, there you go. But yeah,
Look,
it's the same thing.
she
Just
can
tell her-
deny
just-
it. She can deny it all she wants. She would wear it at least once too.
Just tell her to shut up,
Wait,
otherwise
wait,
she's
so
gonna
you guys
walk into the room and find you naked, just wearing that alone.
What did Lynn say?
Oh, wait.
Who says romance is dead, huh?
No, when you said you'd wear it, what was your response?
I said I'd wear it after I made sure it didn't get stuck on your fucking head.
That is probably a good practical way to do it, is to go, yeah, okay, it didn't get stuck here. Okay, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, Len, his head wouldn't be so big if he would quit stroking his ego.
Listen, buddy, I'll drive you to the hospital to get it removed. I'm not going to get it removed from my damn head.
I'll make it worse. 3D printers are getting really cheap, and you are a graphic designer. You could make your own Wolverine
Shut
fucking mask.
up. God.
Honest to God, I have actually, no, of course, 3D printers, I don't know, maybe I'll do that for my 51st birthday, who knows? But there was some company or some thing on Instagram where a guy was doing what he essentially made was, I'll just see if I can find it and I'll send it to both of you. It was a Deadpool mask that had the Wolverine,
Oh yeah, I think I've seen. I know
Wolverine
what you
thing
mean.
on. And I'm going,
Speaking of that, super excited for that movie.
Fuck
Oh, yeah.
yes.
oh yeah.
Let's fucking
So,
go.
like,
Yes.
Let's
but-
fucking go.
so for that, the thing where I saw the guy doing it with the Deadpool mask with the Wolverine kind of cowl combined,
Mhm.
I'm going, all he was selling was the 3D printer file.
Yeah.
And I'm going,
Yeah, that's all you
no,
need.
I'm doing,
Like-
I'm not having a 3D printer. I was kind of like, no, where can I just buy that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't want the 3D, I don't want the file.
Yeah.
Because I can't print it. I just want the thing.
So,
I've seen some pretty cool shit come off of 3D printers.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I know I've had it as a topic on here a couple times. Like, I spend time on Reddit. I do.
Yeah.
And I saw this blanket somebody made. It's a Super Mario blanket. It was the coolest fucking thing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And I messaged her and I was like, can I buy one of those? And she was like, honestly, it took me like 3 years to make. It's kind of a one-on-one deal. And I was just like, oh no.
You could have a thoughtful brother-in-law that sends you the giant tortilla blanket.
That is true.
Because I did send Lynn the giant tortilla blanket.
Hey man,
Yeah,
nothing
so-
wrong with being a burrito at night.
Let's see if it'll actually show it on the thing.
Yes.
Right?
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Oh
as hell.
yeah.
Wait,
there you
where is
go.
it?
I
There you
was
go.
gonna say, stop moving.
Come on.
There it is.
There you go. There you go.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm
that's
like-
cool.
He sells the actual file to print it. And I'm like, no, just sell me the thing. Like, somebody else print it and I'll pay you to like send me
Yep.
the.
Okay, sidebar.
Right.
Did we see the yellow suit yet?
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Oh my god, it's awesome.
That's cool as shit. I like that.
But yeah, so yeah, I'd seen that the one.
And there is talk. There is talk that we will see the cowl.
Well, they
Oh
actually
yeah.
showed a promo
Oh
of
yeah.
it.
So yeah, I mean,
Well, you can't do the rest of the costume without the cowl.
Yeah.
I
Like,
was gonna say,
like,
as
I'm
soon
not
as I
saying
saw
that-
the yellow suit, like it was obviously of him without the cowl on.
yeah.
But I went, the cowl's coming. It has
Yeah,
to.
they've-
It has
like,
to.
There's been some like toy stuff leaked that showed a
Oh
cowl.
yeah,
there's no any official picture of him in the cowl yet. I think they're gonna save that for the actual fucking movie.
Well, and it makes you
But
wonder when.
that second fucking trailer that came out 2 weeks ago, a week ago,
Oh yeah, yeah,
with
Yeah.
with the let's fucking go.
Mhm.
Like that opening. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. That happens to Wolverines over 40.
yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, I like when he points the gun because it says smile. It says wait for the flash
Yeah.
on the barrel of the gun. You want to take a
But you
deep breath, deep breath through your fucking forehead.
you get through all that stuff. And I was like, and then just to look at fucking Hugh Jackman, and he's like, let's fucking go. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Well, it only made it better when they did that like mid part where they're doing the slow motion walkout, where because everybody's criticism of the costume is the sleeves. Because Wolverine's costume typically didn't have sleeves.
And then they showed
That-
one without it.
That slow-mo walk where like everything was like kind of torn off, and you're like, okay, all right, there's
Yep.
at least a little more
Well-
comic accurate.
And that's the thing, right? Because honestly, as soon as they announced it, I was in. Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
seeing
for
this
sure.
movie. I'm seeing this movie.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But
As,
at
as
this
soon
point,
as like, remember the announcement, right? You're sitting in Ryan Reynolds' living room, right? And there's that minute-long video, and then Hugh Jackman walks past,
Oh yeah,
and Ryan's like, hey, Hugh, want to play Wolverine more time? And he's going up the stairs.
yeah, sure, Ryan.
Yeah, sure, Ryan. I'm like, shut
Well,
the fuck up.
because that was the thing, right? Hugh Jackman was done as Wolverine.
Yeah,
He's like,
completely.
I'm not doing
Oh,
it
yeah.
anymore.
Yep.
There's
So there was part of you, like, I'm a massive X-Men fan and I'm a massive
sure.
Deadpool fan.
for sure.
Just massive. So there was part of you when you heard him say that was like, man, we're never gonna get Wolverine and Deadpool in a movie together.
Yeah.
This kind of sucks. Especially because, like, yeah, they might do it in the future, but Ryan Reynolds, perfect fucking Deadpool.
Oh,
Hugh
yeah.
Jackman,
Oh yeah.
perfect fucking Wolverine.
Yup.
Well, he actually morphed that into being like, because of course when you first hear him being cast, you're like, hey, Wolverine's Canadian and he's 5'3" and he's all the
Actually, Wolverine's Australian.
I was gonna say Australia.
that's right, yeah, that's right, that's
Ryan
right.
Reynolds is Canadian, but you're close. Go,
And again,
keep going.
Again, you kind
And
of go,
he's like 6'2".
oh yeah, and you go, well, that's not gonna, and he just kind of carried it all the way
Oh
through.
my god. It
Well,
was
that-
it was
Well,
perfect.
He's essentially the Kevin Conroy of Wolverine.
Oh
Where you're
yeah.
like,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't see it, Now they're gonna have to recast him, of course. He's not gonna do it forever, but
Yeah.
And
he's
of course,
still,
but at the same time, you look at Ryan Reynolds and you go watch any interview or media junket or anything he's done and his answers and his quick wit, and you go, oh, you're real life Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't
oh yeah,
this isn't a joke. Like,
No,
you're
this is
really
Ryan Reynolds
fucking good at
playing
this.
Ryan
yeah.
Reynolds.
Oh,
yeah, like it's like, oh, you are fucking perfect for this
Oh my
role.
God.
oh yeah.
Oh my god,
yeah.
yes. Oh my god, yes. And
It was almost even like when that test footage came out like years ago, where they did that real quick animated
The-
thing,
leak.
and it was his voice, and you went, okay, that just fits. It
Yep.
just fits.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, when that leaked, I went 6 to midnight.
Yeah, it was nuts. And it was crazy because even now that we're getting so much closer to the movie, there's little tidbits coming out here and there. And there was something posted the other day that even Kevin Feige was looking at him going, Logan was perfect. I would not
Oh
not
they
come
were saying,
back
yeah.
from that. Logan was perfect. It was
Well,
beautiful.
That's almost the beauty of them doing the whole multiverse thing.
Yeah,
It's like it's Wolverine, but it's not the same one.
exactly.
Yeah, and also at the same time, like, yeah, Logan might have been perfect, but hey, buddy, this money's about to make money hand over fist. So
Yeah. Oh God, this one, like, it's hilarious to me only because, like, okay, it's I think we had discussed it. I don't know if I can't remember if we did, but I think Lynn and I have, where like Thor Love and Thunder, where I'm like, no, wasn't a fan.
I
Like,
rewatched
mu-
it the other day.
Too much of like just that stupid, like,
And even Hemsworth's on record right now going, we
And
got
again-
too caught up in the goofiness.
but
well,
it's-
and that's the thing, right? Is Like, I feel like everybody nowadays, after the first initial run, from the first Iron Man up to the last Avengers, like that was Marvel's magical run.
Oh
Ever
yeah.
since
Oh yeah.
ever since then, they've lost steam,
Yep.
Oh
and
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
it's
they
been
absolutely.
evident.
Oh yeah. They
Yep.
absolutely. And again, like, and honest to God, like it was weird because you like Thor: Love and Thunder isn't far off comedy wise
Mm.
than Deadpool and Wolverine would be based on like the way that Ryan Reynolds has done one
Yeah.
and two.
Yeah.
I am still way more looking forward to Deadpool and Wolverine just because of that than like I still just am not a big fan of Love and Thunder.
Here's
Well,
the difference,
Thor's
right? Here's
not
the
supposed
difference.
to be a buffoon.
I was
Well-
just gonna say, here's the difference, right? It's because you're gonna walk into Deadpool and Wolverine expecting that type of comedy. If when you walk into Thor and they give you that,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
you're sitting there going, "What is this?
Oh
This-
yeah, exactly.
This isn't what I sent. This isn't Thor."
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thor,
yeah, that's a very good point.
you know, he can be arrogant and a lot of other things, but he's not a buffoon. And there was a little too much buffoonery.
Well, like, okay, so the moment one of them that at least sticks in my brain as far as that movie went was like where they're on the boat or whatever it was, like going wherever they're going, and Stormbreaker's kind of doing his thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And he comes up with like a handful, like a beer, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry we fought." And he's like tickling, he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And you're like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck are like?"
You know where it jumped the shark for me? Fat Thor.
Oh God, yeah.
Fat Thor was a bit much.
Yeah, that
'cause
was-
I mean,
that would never happen.
I was gonna say, don't get me wrong. Like at the time, I thought it was hilarious, but
Yep.
looking back on it now, I look at it and go,
Mm-mm.
What are you doing? What are you
Yeah.
doing?"
Well, to do that just to in Love and Thunder, like
Reverse it.
undo it, and you're like,
Mhm.
"Then why?" He could have been depressed and not been fat. You just did that, and then, oh, well, we're gonna make him work out and kind of do that. And you're like, but then why?
Yeah.
There was no point to do it. There was no point.
But
Yep.
yeah,
Although
Ah.
Fat Thor yelling at somebody on Fortnite is hilarious.
that actually okay. All right, I give you that. I will give that. I mean, honestly, like again, for as serious as a moment as it was in Endgame, where they were like doing the whole glove thing or whatever, and Thor wanted to do it, and like he goes, "Do you know what's coursing through my veins right now?"
Cheese whiz.
He goes, "Cheese whiz," and you're like, "All right, all right,
I want to be mad, but I can't.
yeah." That one, I'm
s-
like, "All right."
I still think the best joke in the entire Avengers series was in the original Avengers when, you know, they take down the giant flying lizard together and land. They're standing there for a second, and Hulk just punches his ass off the screen.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
You know, because he was still pissed about getting, slapped in the face with Mjolnir. But
Yep.
I mean,
that was a good joke.
Karma's a bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as Marvel as a whole goes, especially like I said, after the last Avengers, and then they kept pumping stuff out, and I don't blame them because
The fuck was that?
That was a
I was gonna say
somebody-
that had to be a car.
that was somebody in a car. Or
Oh,
I don't know where it went, but yeah,
I was
that
like,
was a car.
Dad went
Prob-
upstairs and started farting. Jesus
I was gonna,
Christ.
well, either that or I was gonna say it's probably somebody with little man syndrome, but anyways. I couldn't help myself.
that's
I'm
funny.
sorry.
You're good. You're good. All right, let's wrap it up. Everyone's got lives to get back to and
Yeah,
all
so-
that shit. But we'll do the round table starting with the I will. So let's walk through this here real quick. I would say that Jason.
I'm gonna
has
cut
a-
you. I'm gonna cut you off right now, Jason. You are once again magnificent.
See, I wasn't going to go there. I was going to say he's at least in an upgrade to superior jackass.
No, he's back to magnificent. He showed me the Lego Batman set that is
Okay.
still up. That is still up on my computer, and I keep
All right.
looking over at it, going,
That's
Oh, I have done the same thing. I have done the same thing.
like ever since you showed it to me, it's been on my other monitor. I've been sitting there staring
Damn it.
at it, going,
Weirdly enough,
do I do
now
it?
that
Do I
might
do it?
that might have to be one of our backgrounds at some point.
Oh my God.
Is to find a graphic of it and just like,
Ding.
there you
Right.
go.
All right. Well, we'll
I
turn it
mean,
over to the. Go ahead.
Okay,
Sorry.
hold on. Hold on though. Is like as big as of a Batman fan as I am, I don't want to spend no time in Gotham City. Shit's fucked up, man.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Oh. You imagine fucking health insurance rates? You know, you get nothing if you get infected by Joker toxin or Scarecrow toxin.
Oh, not by now, no.
Well, and just based on the Arkham series, the video games,
Oh yeah.
I'd walk outside and go, why is it always dark?
Well, yeah, that's actually true. Oh, God, that is a very good point.
There was a tease the other day for a new Arkham game that's coming out for Z Quests.
Oh, yeah, there was. Yeah, I thought I saw something about that.
And it had a bunch of rats in it, so it's making you think rat catcher. But as you go by it, there was a symbol there. I think it's more Court of Owls based.
That could be interesting.
Go watch it again. You'll see because the symbol looked like the Talon mask to me.
Okay.
So
Cool.
all right, we'll wrap it up and we'll turn it back over to the recently reinstated magnificent Jackass.
Well, I mean, since I've been promoted, I should probably, at least in this episode, not shit the bed. Just this once. Just this
Fair.
once.
Fair.
So stay classy. Insert your hometown here. Just this once. It's only once. Just
He did it, folks. He did it. He
don't
did
count. Don't count on it going forward. It's just this once. Simply to acknowledge my promotion. All right.
Reinstatement. The man of many books.
You know what I'm going to say to you people. Come on now. Be good to each other, people.
Be sure to like, rate, subscribe, all that shit. And until we meet again.
God help me, I'm going to kill him.